Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to take this off. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl Airwoman Wellness. And I'm your host, Georgia Girl. I'm trying to put another background up here. It seems like my computer want to stick for some reason. I guess I haven't been on it in a little while, so I'm trying to take the Michael Jackson background off. But today is Wellness Wednesday, everyone, and I'll be sharing some things about as time awareness. It won't let me put another background up there. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to put me and my mom back up there. Today is Wellness Wednesday. You're welcome to come in and share. And if you know someone that's dealing with Alzheimer's, brain awareness, put a purple heart in the chat. I will be honoring my mom today because my mom did live with dementia. Dementia is part of Alzheimer's and brain awareness. I'm trying to put something else up here. It just won't let me click on it. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new, I welcome you. Hey, Butt Files, good to see you. I'm trying to take this off my stream here. My computer, I guess it's froze too. I ain't been on it in a few days. Let me see, can I get up here on camera? Okay. Trying to take that background down. How's your day going? How's your day going? I'll be talking, which y'all know I talk about awareness every month. And this month I'll be sharing different awareness from men health. I'll be sharing some things about men health. As time where I'll also be sharing some things about safety. Over here, you'll find different topics over here. I'm trying to take this this background off. I ain't got time to talk to you right now, I'm busy right now. Oh boy. This background, I'm trying to take it off. StreamYard, you be acting up, man. But other than that, I'm doing great. It seemed like I had a lot of people in the bushes and I only have 2 likes. That's not fair, people. That's not fair. Let me see what is. I don't see. I'm trying to remove this background here. I don't want that on there. Okay. Let me try. Let me see. Can I put another background? Take that off. I'm still here, y'all. Trying to get my backgrounds and stuff situated. They keep putting me back on that same background. I don't want that background. I don't know why it keep putting me on there. Oh gosh. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get another background here. Trying to get on camera. I'm still here, y'all. Um, like some technical difficulties today. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to take this thing out. I'm here, y'all. Just having some technical coffee here. Okay. Hey, y'all. I'm here. Let me go back out one more time. I'm having some technical difficulty today. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hey all, I'm here. Ooh, it's just like it wasn't gonna do right, but welcome in, welcome in. I see 7 people was watching at one time. I see 60 people was watching one time. At least give me some likes if you're gonna watch, okay? But welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Georgia Girl, and today is Wellness Wednesday. I finally got it, finally got it to do right. I'm like, Lord, the devil is just so busy, y'all. The devil is so busy. Just didn't want me to come on. I ain't been live, but what, twice this week I was gone off my channel for at least 7 or 8 days. So I'm trying to get back to work, and I tell you, StreamYard just gets on my nerves. I tell you. But I'm here. I will be
Consistency is tough.
sharing some things about as time awareness. I'm wearing purple today, honoring my mom because she did deal with dementia. If anybody that's watching or in the chat or have been in the chat, if you want to honor someone with Alzheimer or any type of dementia or brain disease, anything like that, you can put some purple hearts in the chat. If you've been following me, you know I do this every year, every month, sharing different types of awareness on different types of things that going on throughout the month. So this month I'll be sharing some different awareness from men health to safety. That is my commentary over here. I do that. I do meal preps. I do testimonials. I'm all about keeping myself motivated and uplifted. And I like to uplift others along with me. So today I'll be sharing about as time awareness brain diseases. Um, I'm trying to see, can I put that in the live stream? But I hope everybody have had a good day today. Mine started off pretty good. Yesterday, I got an update on mine. I went back to the doctor yesterday. I know before I went on vacation, I had to get an x-ray done to my knee. So it's still showing inflammation and authorizes. So I got to start by getting shots in my knees. And my doctor told me the way it's going, I might have to end up getting a knee replacement for it over with. But I'm gonna do different types of treatments for my knee before surgery will be the last option. Hey Joshua, I finally got started. Uh, just having some technical difficulties. How you been doing? I see you doing your thing over there. Shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. I've been doing some walking. Well, I've been doing some things behind the camera. I ain't been on camera this week, but I have been, working in my privacy of my home. I probably start back recording some next week. This week I just been doing a lot of little stuff, trying to bounce back, working on my knee and stuff. And they was telling me yesterday my X-rays showed that I do have arthritis in my knee, and that's why be in so much pain. And if I do anything, I gotta take things with moderation, because I might end up have to have a knee replacement. But right now, I'm just gonna treat it. The doctor gonna treat it for me, and you know, we'll see how things be on down the road. But he said eventually, if it keep going the way it going, I probably will have to end up getting a knee replacement. But I ain't trying to get down right away. So I just, like, when I went on my cruise, I knew I was having issue with my knee when I had went on the cruise the first time. The same thing, but I just continued to just took my time and did things in moderation. So today is Wellness Wednesday, which I talk about wellness every day over here. Um, Whatever you do when it comes down to your mind, body, and soul, that's part of your wellness. And I like to bring things to my channel about different awareness throughout the month. And this month, like I said, I'll be sharing things about men health, encouraging our men to go to the doctor and stuff like that. And I'll be talking about Alzheimer's disease, some safety awareness. So I got some things lined up for this month, and we also will be doing the new challenges. But today I want to get into which I have been sharing for since I've been on YouTube, different things about as time awareness. And so I'll just be sharing some things and remembrance of my mom, how challenging it was to take care of her she was having the early signs of dementia, but before she passed and everything, it seemed like it was starting to get real bad on her. And may my mom rest in peace. I'm getting stronger day by day. I still have my moments, but I like to share awareness because I witnessed how my mom had to live with this type of disease. And it's very challenging to see, and it's very hard to see a loved one go through dementia or Alzheimer's or having a brain disease, because it does something to their brain, it does something to their memories. And if you've been following me, I share the same information every year. So it ain't nothing like this is something new. This is something that I like to share. This is what I do. But I always remember my channel is not here to diagnose or suggest any type of treatments for anyone. If you're dealing with Alzheimer's or have any type of brain disease or anything going on with you, make sure you consult your physician. This is just awareness. This is just information. This is helpful for people that just taking care of someone that have dementia or someone that is dealing with it. And it's good to keep yourself educated on different things like this. So I'm gonna get into my commentary. I hope everybody's been having a good day today. I don't know what was going on with my computer, but I thank God that it got back on track. Like it didn't want to get me, didn't want me to come on live. It was just kept jumping around everywhere. And I hadn't really, this is my first time using my computer since I've been back off vacation. And I really did enjoy my vacation with my family. It's good to sometimes just to get a break sometime, whether you're taking a vacation, whether you're doing something for your mental health. It's good to get a break every now and then, especially when you go through a lot of things and you work so hard. You deserve a break. You deserve a vacation. So that's what I do. So I'm trying to, no, not that. I'm going to get it right directly, y'all. Everything just clicking on it on. Joshua, good for you. You said you did your workout. Hey, Miss Key. Girl, it seemed like StreamYard was just acting up. I could never get my live started. Yeah, 90. I don't know what was going on. Ooh, it was just like everything was just jumping all over the place. But this my first time being on my computer since I've been back off vacation. I don't know if the keys was frozen or what. But how you doing? How's your day going? Good to see you. Shout out to my members and shout out to everybody that is connected with me. I don't know what it was, girl. I had to refresh about 3 or 4 times, but I finally got it right. But you know what I do over here this month. I'll be sharing different awareness on different topics. And the first topic that I'll be sharing today, I'll be doing it throughout the month. The topic that I'm talking about now is Alzheimer's awareness and brain disease. If you've been following me, you know what I do. I share information. I share from experience, from what I know of, because like I said, my mom, was dealing with dementia, and dementia is part of Alzheimer's diseases. Oh, maybe that's why, because I didn't take it with me on the trip. I just let it been just sitting up. I said, it's time to put you to work, buddy. It's time to put you to work. Your day going great? And shout out to you, Miss Key. Miss Key got a high school graduate. Shout out to you, Miss Key. You did an excellent job on your baby. Now he's ready for the real world. And and I have a graduate also. She called me today. She was like, Grandma, I think I got me another job. I said, well, that's good. You know, she already had a job, but she said she wanted to do something else different. And I told her she got that experience now, and you know, she can try other jobs until she starts school in the fall. Yeah. Shout out to my daughter, and she, you know, raised uh, a high school graduate also. And you know, we wish all the seniors, wish everybody success on their graduation and what they're planning on doing since they graduated. Yeah. But I've been doing all right. I went back to the doctor yesterday. I gotta go start by getting shots in my knee. My x-ray showed, you know, still inflammation and authorizes in my knee. And the doctor told me eventually I probably have to end up getting a knee replacement. And I'm like, what? You know, he didn't say now, but he said it's gonna be leading up to it because it's, you know, it's authorizing, and you know, authorizes is no cure for it, and it's in those joints, and it's also in my back. So um, that's why I be in a lot of pain the days I do. That's why when I do my exercise, I have to do things in moderation. I don't know when that would come to the point where I have to have a knee replacement, but right now I'm just gonna be doing my treatments. But that was he was just letting me know eventually I probably would have to have one. And I know a lot of people get knee replacement, and some people saying they still be having issues. But this is what I'll be sharing about today. I'm trying to put it on the what's it called. Like the day turned out to be another one of those hot days. Like it wanted to rain, but I don't know. It turned out to be hot today. I wasn't trying to put that as a background. I was trying to share it as but I got it in the background. I'm going to have to take it out and put it in the other thing. So what y'all been doing today? I got to check out y'all commentary, see what everybody been doing. I see Joshua came in here. He said he been dropping his pounds. Congrats to you, Joshua. Your goal is 200. You got a family member with a hip replacement. Yeah, now they talking about I'm gonna have to get a knee replacement. You know, he was just saying if I'm gonna do it, I need to try to go on and get it done. Don't wait until I'm already 57. You know, the older we get, the more our bones hurt, the more be hard to heal. You know, he said most doctors don't be want to do it. Like my mom, her knees had got so bad, but once she has got good for you, Joshua. That's great. I'm happy for you. Keep working hard. You're doing good over there. Um, my mom knees had got to the point where they couldn't do surgery for her because of her age and because of had got, you know, Miss Key, you still a moderator, ain't you? You're not in blue. I don't see your name in blue. Are you still a moderator? See, I'm looking at you from my phone. I see Joshua phone. Joshua name showing up in blue. Are you still a moderator, ain't you? I don't know what's going on. Are you still a moderator? Because I don't see your name showing up in blue. I know you're a managing moderator. Hey, Miss April, how you doing? Good to see you. I done came back off of that water. Woo. It was a lot of water out there, y'all. You don't think so? What happened? I'm gonna put you back. You must change phone. I know I changed phones, and I gotta. I'm not. I gotta get my what's it called back on my other channel. I done logged out on it, but I got it. It's on my computer, but it's not on my phone. So I gotta figure out what the password. How you been doing, Miss April? Good to see you. Today I'm sharing about as time awareness. If y'all know someone that dealt with Alzheimer, brain disease, or dementia, to put a purple heart in the chat. I will be remembering my mom because my mom dealt with it. Um, it still get hard on me sometimes because I had a moment on the trip, but I could speak on. I see your name. Did you come in through my other channel? I think I'm live through my other channel. I don't know, but it's supposed to be on my main channel. Everything is so screwed up right now with my I think that what happened, I'm live through my other channel too. And you might not be a moderator over there. So let's see. Because I'm logged out. You came through the other channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not a moderator over there. And see, I can't log back in on my phone. I got to do it on my computer. I'm going to have to try to figure out the password to it. Because when I had to change phone, everything had to be updated. If y'all know someone that dealt with Alzheimer, dementia, or any type of brain disease, put hearts. Just put some purple hearts in the chat to honor people that dealt with these type of diseases. Like I said, I'm gonna share some things about my mom. My mom had been diagnosed with it. Go through that before she passed. It was hard seeing. It's hard seeing a loved one. Oh, okay. It's hard seeing a loved one that deal with this because you be trying to figure out what can you do to help them. But when they deal with dementia, it messes with their memory. And, that's how we first found out my mom was dealing with it, because she would forget things and she would talk about things that, hey, that's right, wellness. We're talking about Alzheimer and brain diseases. And it was hard seeing my mom deal with that because I had to constantly tell my mom, and y'all know I done got a little stronger, I might still have a moment now because y'all know how I'm is. But when my mom was dealing with it, I kept telling her, had to keep reminding her and telling her things that was going on in reality, because she would talk about things in the past. She would forget people sometimes. She would know faces sometimes, but sometimes she would know their name. And I can remember one day I had went over to my mom. I got my necklace of her. She stayed close by me. I got a picture right by me, everything. I remember one day I went over to see my mom, and my mom didn't even know who I was, y'all. She had forgot who I was, and I just started crying. I'm like, Mama, you don't know me? She was calling me my daughter. She was getting confused. She was getting confused about stuff. And that's what dementia is. You be forgetting your memory. Let's see what First Lady said. Okay. It's good to see you, First Lady. Good to see you. How are you feeling? I'm doing okay. Girl, did you see him dancing, child? Ooh, child. Him and Boosie. They stayed on the he was dancing in my part. I would move my shoulder behind. That was his first cruise. That was Boosie's first cruise. And believe me, honey, they enjoyed. They was doing karaoke. I was gonna do a song, but when they got ready to sign me up, it was too late. But we had a good time. It was good. It was much needed for me, to get my mind and stuff, with all the stuff I had been through. But like I said, living is wellness. Living is part of your health. Whether you Yeah, they was. Whether you take a vacation, whether you just take time for yourself, do that. Because everybody deserves a break. And I went back to the doctor yesterday. My knee still flamed up. Ooh. My knee still flamed up. The granddad and granddaughter duo. Yep, that's what they were. My knee still flame, arthritis still in it, and my doctor was saying, you know, I keep having pain and going through all this. I might have to end up having a knee replacement, but I'm gonna keep a praying about it, y'all. I'm gonna keep a praying about it. But I gotta start by getting shots in it. That's why I gotta take it easy, because I deal with joint health. It's just being different parts of my body, my knee, my back. But I try not to let it get me down, y'all. Cause when I was on that boat, I knew I was gonna be in pain when I got back. I just wrapped myself up and I kept it going. And when I couldn't walk, I got on that little scooter and I went on about my business. Because we still got to live regardless of what we might be going through. I might not move as fast as I used to, but I'm moving. And I got to thank God for that. But today I want to share about as time awareness. Girl, he dealing with blood pressure and stuff. He take blood pressure medicine, but that ain't stopping good. He still will go, honey. He deal with blood pressure issues and stuff, but he doing okay out of that. He the dance machine. It used to be me and him back in the day when I had my good legs and stuff. But I was out there, we was out there on the floor singing with the crowd. I was standing out there. I was just moving those shoulders and my good hip. But yeah, him and Boosa wanted to sing off every song, y'all. That girl, that my little granddaughter, she enjoyed her birthday. My other granddaughter, she enjoyed too. Everybody enjoyed. Yep, everybody enjoyed. Little Kyrie was getting into stuff. Lord Jesus, his little butt kept climbing up on the bed, trying to get on the bunk bed, scared he was gonna fall. But he just stayed in the stuff. But we all had a good time. I said, I got to get back to work now. I got to get back on YouTube. Do a little something. Get those numbers back up a little bit. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm continuing to just keep doing my wellness and my journey of my own personal journey. We got we also have the challenges starting back up next week. The first challenge will be rotisserie challenge. That means you can be a baked chicken or a roast chicken. How many meals you can get out of a roasted chicken? That's what we'll be doing next week. Yeah. Yeah, we did. We really, really did. We did. God is good. We got down there, made it back. Honey. Woo. Thank you for being a member for 13 months. I appreciate all my members. Thank you to Miss April. Miss April, I've been knowing her since I've been on YouTube. Her and Miss Key, they have been with me the longest. And yeah, Miss Key, you going through the other channel. I gotta make some moderators over there. See, I'm logged out over there because I messed my phone up. Water got on my phone, right? And I had to end up getting a replacement. And now I can't think of all my passwords to my other channel. And so I got to get back into that. But that channel is running over there because I'm trying to get that channel built up. So I got it hooked up through my computer. Hey, One Crafty, how are you doing? Good to see you. I have the other channel going. If y'all see... I think I went live through that channel. I don't know what StreamYard. StreamYard acting like he just didn't want to do right for me today, but we're going to make it work. Shout out to my members. Good to see you, White Crafted. I know that garden been getting plenty I bet that garden been getting plenty of water, ain't it? Because it been doing some raining. Y'all been getting plenty of rain? Have y'all been getting plenty of rain? Have y'all been getting plenty of rain? Today we're talking about as time awareness. This is the awareness for this month. Every month I come and share different awareness. And this is a kind of like a touchy topic for me because my mom was dealing with brain. She had the early signs of it, but she had the dementia. And if anybody in the chat had to take care of someone that have dealt with Alzheimer or any type of brain disease, my mom also had to get a surgery did on her brain at one time because my mom had failed. Ooh. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, y'all, but y'all know how I get sometimes. But yeah, my mom had failed one time, and she had lost a lot of blood. I could have lost my mom way before she passed, but God was still with her. And they had to do surgery on her head because she had been bleeding so bad. And she had to go through all the rehab and everything. And as she got older, she started having dementia. And it wasn't easy seeing my mom go through dementia. That's the early signs of Alzheimer. And if anybody in the chat have had a loved one that have dealt with it or have taken care of someone with it, it's not easy, because I had to constantly keep telling my mom to, try to like bring her back to reality on stuff because she would always talk about things that happened long time ago because it messed with your memory. Alzheimer's mess with your memory. A lot of people don't know it, but so today I'm just going to share some information about this, but just I always put this disclaimer out that my channel is not here to diagnose or suggest any type of treatment for anyone. This is commentary. I use this as wellness awareness, but I'm speaking on and remembering what I had to go through when I had to see my mom go through this. So if y'all see me get emotional, y'all will know why. But I'm doing okay. And when I talk about my mom and talk about the things that I remember her, they're just like it's therapy for me. And yeah. So I'm trying to put this in my thing here, if it let me. So everybody been having a good day today. And if you've been following me for years, y'all know this is what I do. Every month I'm sharing different ways. So I'll be sharing something about men health. I'll be talking about safety this month. Of course, I'll be doing the challenges. We got the new challenges coming up. And I'm all about just sharing inspiration and motivation for myself. And I try to encourage others along the way. Let's see if I can put it in here now. Seems like things are clicking slow. I gotta erase some stuff. I got too much stuff in here. That's why I need to go and erase some of this stuff out of StreamYard because I got a lot of stuff I need to delete. Yep. Crafty, I see your plants over there. They're so pretty. How those strawberries coming up? I'm sure you just start picking off of them now, ain't you? Because I know I saw when you was beginning to plant them. My dad been sending me some pictures of his plants. The plants, they coming up. Like I said, they said they got a lot of rain last week. I couldn't tell was it raining or not because I was on that boat, but they was saying that it was a lot of rain up there in Georgia. But I thank God for his grace and mercy. He brought all of us back safe. We were skeptical about going because, after we found out about that hunter virus thing, but thank God it wasn't on that boat we was on. They was telling us where it was, but it wasn't where we was. So if anybody that's caught up in that situation or around someone that's dealing with that type of stuff, please take precautions. Make sure you keep washing your hands and stuff like that. and get the shot if you need to get it. Yeah. We made sure we checked everything out before we left. Cause my brother and come and said, "Don't bring nothing back here." Like, boy, nobody finna bring nothing back here. But I'm finna get into my commentary, but I can't. I was trying to download it for y'all can see it, but I guess I'm gonna have to read it off. Um, so we know June is as time awareness. Is anybody in the chat having a loved ones? Thank you to Strawberry Tay Delicious, my blueberries. I'm picking and putting them in the freezer. We make a blueberry jam. Okay, girl. Go ahead then. That's all right. So how's your day been going? Do you have any relatives? Do you know anyone that dealing with Alzheimer or any type of brain disease? First, let me see who on. Everybody want to call while I'm. I tell you, people be trying to sell stuff all day, all every day. People try to sell stuff. I got enough stuff. Okay, I don't need no more bills. You hear me? Every time you look around, they want to try to, get you to get something or something like that. I'm good. But let's put some purple hearts in the chat, y'all. Let's put some purple hearts in the chat. The purple hearts represent someone that's dealing with Alzheimer or taking care of someone with Alzheimer. From experience, I can tell you that's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. My mom doctor always would say it wasn't a cure for Alzheimer. Only thing you could do is make your loved ones comfortable. Because, they would give my mom medication for, keep her from being agitated because she used to be agitated a lot during the day and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get into what is Alzheimer. If you follow me, you already know what it is, and you can also find out information about it. Also, just putting a thing up. I used to work at a nursing home years ago. Okay, put some purple hearts. The purple heart represent people that dealing with it and have dealt with it. My mom had it too, the early signs of it. And then like later on, we found out we didn't know what was going on. Like I was saying, like I said, one day she didn't even know me, and I don't think I did was just cry. I'm like, Mama, it's me. And she would I hope I don't get emotional, y'all. But she would just bring up stuff just out of the blue. Because she was forgetting a lot. And I was always trying to correct her, and the doctor was saying that's what it is. She just forgot. And she would place it with other memories, I'm gonna ask you a question. Was it hard? Because it was hard for me to see my mom like that. I know it was hard to see. Do you say your dad dealing with it now? Prayers going out to the family. Prayers going out to you. I was watching my mom carefully, my brothers, everybody that was taking care of, and they was wondering, why they never put her in a nursing home, because she still was where she was able to tell us stuff, but she would always, but we know that the Alzheimer and stuff, the dementia was working on her. And and I always had said whatever God had in store for her, she would be at home, and that's what she was when she passed. But it was challenging, especially, yeah, I went live through my what you call channel. That's why everybody they got they that's why everybody don't have they rent, because I'm live through that channel. I don't know how I must have clicked on it by mistake. But anyway, you can still see it on my main channel too. But if you don't see your moderator stick, it's because I went live through my other channel. Let me see, can I correct this some kind of way? Let me see, can I give you y'all moderators over here? Y'all bear with me, y'all. That's what happened. That's what throwing me off, because I went live through my other channel. You still moderators, but you're not a moderator over on their other channel. So trying to make you a moderator. I'm still here, y'all. But y'all still moderators, but some kind of way I went through my other channel, but y'all are still moderators. I just got to get all that changed. Welcome in, Canon Matone. Are you new? So getting into my what I was talking about today, we're talking about as time awareness and brain awareness. So we know that Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia. Like I said, my mom, she dealt with it, and I've seen her dealt with it up until she passed. A progressive and irreversible brain disorder that slowly destroys the memory, thinking skills, and ability to carry on simple tasks. While it primarily affects adults over 65, it's not a normal part of aging. So if anybody or any that you know of that deal with and as time, this is what they dealing with. They lose their memory. They get where they're, where they can't really think about things that are going on, what happened in the world today. It's just like they lose their memory. Because I had to used to constantly tell my mom, she would ask me stuff, but she would always go back to days in her childhood or when she was younger and stuff like that. Then there was some stuff I couldn't even correct her because I wasn't born on some of the things she would talk about. And that's what that dementia took her back, like in time. And, I was getting worried. So I we took her to the doctor, and because she was getting where she couldn't remember people names and she wouldn't remember faces. So when we took her to the doctor, they did a brain scan on her, and it showed that she was having signs of Alzheimer. It's dementia and Alzheimer. It's the same thing, but Alzheimer is what it called, but it's dementia. Yeah. And as my mom, we found out she had it. And I used to tell you, Miss Kay, I think I had told you about it one time. She would like forget stuff, and she was getting real agitated. My mom used to get real agitated. I don't know if y'all realize a lot of older people, they don't be wanting you to tell them that now. When you be trying to tell older people something, shoot, like my mom, she was feisty, real feisty. She would like, she'll curse you like, no, that, she'll say, she was right. She wanted to be right. So you can't argue with no older person. Don't just gonna tell you. You'll be wasting your time arguing with your parents, especially when they, because they've been around, they know things, but the doctor will always tell us just make her comfortable, because it's not a cure for Alzheimer or any type of and so when she would speak on stuff, I was like, oh mama, that ain't how it was now. She was like, yes it was, See, I can talk about my mom. I can be, it still be emotional for me, but I can talk about it a little bit more than what I was. So this is kind of like therapy for me, Yep. But you can't argue with an older person. Ooh, child. You just thought he was trying. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because my mom would go back into like the early years of her life. And, as she got older, then it was getting worse on her. Then my mom, when she died, she still was dealing with it. Yeah. Because the last time I went to the doctor with her was about a month before she died. Things had started to get worse, and I told her doctor, I was telling her doctor, and she was like, yeah, she probably getting she had started getting that full-blown Alzheimer because she was getting to forget a lot. And sometimes she would ask me stuff, and I think I just told her that a few minutes ago. And that's how it be, because she would constantly say the same things over and over again. And one thing about people with Alzheimer's and dementia, you got to be patient. You got to have patience. You got to have patience with them, because they constantly trying to tell you something, and that's what they believe in, and they want you to know that it's true, even though it might throw you off, might have you feel like you're confused, because they are confused. So I was just bringing up some things about Alzheimer's. It's not easy seeing a loved one go through that. It's not easy seeing no one go through that. I see I don't know if y'all know the actor Bruce Willis. He dealing with dementia real bad. And I was reading where they had to put him in a facility because I guess his then got so severe where he don't know anyone. And y'all know Bruce Willis was an actor. I mean, he used to act in different movies and stuff. And I forgot when he got diagnosed with. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know when he got diagnosed with dementia, but he got that full-blown dementia and stuff. So right here, there's Alzheimer's gradually worsen over time, typically advancing through the mild, moderate, and severe stages. I would say my mom started off with mild, then it went down to moderate, and closer to her death, she had started getting severe with it. Because I'd be like, Mama, She would be saying like, she would tell me to get her this pocketbook. Just for example, she'll say, hand me that pocketbook over there. And I knew what pocketbook she was talking about, but she didn't have that. She used to have a certain pocketbook. She told it a lot. And she didn't have that pocketbook no more, but she constantly was telling me, it's right there in the drawer, it's right there in the drawer. And I knew it wasn't in the drawer, but she would always keep it close by her, or either on her dresser. And I would constantly keep saying, Mama, you ain't got that pocketbook no more. And she would say, yes, I do. It's just like you have to keep constantly reminding them about things that they think going on that is not there. In other words, you have to bring them back to reality on things that's going on in the world today. And I have seen a lot of people with dementia, and I have read where a lot of people deal with dementia and they wanders off. And you have to really keep your eyes on people that have that kind of dementia or Alzheimer that won't stay still. They constantly and stuff. Because I think I had someone came on my panel was telling me, I forgot who it was, Big Vi. Big Vi, ain't seen you in a while. Hope to see you one day. He was telling me about his granddad or his grandma. They had to hide the knives and stuff like that, because they would grab stuff. And see, one thing about my mom, she was strong too now. She was strong. When she used to get a grip on stuff, she used to have a hold on it too. And like if she had something in her hand, I would be like, oh, Mom, you can't pick that up. But we all would try to make sure her safety came first. So anybody that deal with Alzheimer or deal with a relative with it, make sure you think about their safety. If you feel that when they're eating, you think that they don't need to have the tools by themselves, make sure you're watching them. My mom was feeding herself. She had got to the point where she couldn't feed herself. I'm trying not to get emotional, y'all. But these are some of the early stage of Alzheimer: mild memory lapses, frequently misplacing things, and struggling to find the right words or manage complex. And that's why I was saying my mom, she was confused a lot. I didn't want to get her too agitated. And they had their prescribed medicine for her to be able to rest. Because this was my mom was like a baby at one time. She would be up all during the day. You know how babies be up all during the day. And now sometimes, and then she would sleep all the day. And then she would be up all night. So somebody brought me to my mom and talking all night. She was up all night. And I would tell them that dementia was working on her, because during the day she would think she's out there with her sisters and stuff, which her sisters were all gone. But she would say, I seen such and such person today, or I was with them today. Or she would say, I've been walking today. And my mom was at the point where she couldn't walk. But she would tell me, I went walking today. I didn't want to disagree with her, but I wanted her to know that that wasn't true. I said, I know she didn't walk today, but I can take deep breaths now. The one thing I wish my mom was able to walk again, because she really loved it to walk. But she wasn't where she was able to walk. Okay, so I knew today was talking about this was going to be kind of touchy. But like I said, this helps me mentally. Talking about some of the things that my mom went through and some of the things that she was able to overcome. So I would say my mama started out moderate with her disease, but as the years passed, as she got older, it had started, I started seeing the different signs of her getting severe. Yes, that's how my mom was. I didn't try to correct her. I just let her have it. I just tried to keep her safe. And that's what I'm saying. And my brothers, they used to be like scared, right? Because my mom would go back. She would, talk about things in her childhood. And, the doctor explained to us, this is what Alzheimer and dementia does to older people. But yeah, you can't argue with them, girl. So how's your dad doing? And thank you for sharing that with me. How's your dad? He doing okay? And like I said, I witnessed it and I seen my mom. Sometimes I used to have to correct her that because she would say stuff like, "Oh, mom." Then she'll say, "Yes, it is." Like, oh Lord, I can't argue with her. I can't argue with her. So yeah, I think I'm getting emotional, y'all. But yeah, but that's what part of dementia and brain diseases are. And if the moderate stage is increased confusion with time and place, personality changes, and difficult performing basic routine activities like dressing or bathing. See, my mom, she was bedridden. She couldn't dress herself, no way. But she was feeding herself at one time. But a lot of people used to be saying, "How you did it? How did you help take care of your mom and you have your own issues with your health?" I always turned to God, y'all. I always said God was with me. God was with me until that day came where she went to heaven. You know, yeah. My biggest problem that I wish my mom was able to walk again because, like I said, she loved it to walk. I used to be working, right? And people would say, "We see your mama that morning." My mama used to get up so early in the morning and take her a walk. The one thing about my mom, she loved it to walk. But her knees had got so bad. The arthritis had got so bad. And that's what I'm going through now. The doctor told me I got arthritis real bad. And, I got to keep it moving because they can get distracted. They can get where I won't be able to move them or be able to walk. So, and he told me eventually I probably would end up having a knee replacement. So when I do my exercise, I try to use things in moderation. I don't try to overdo it. I try to do what I'm able to do. But this week I had been doing some stuff, but I hadn't been recorded. So next week I probably start by recording. Yeah. So you help take care of your mom too, Crafty. Amen, girl. We had God by our side. Like I said, my mom, she was getting where she couldn't hardly remember people. And when she didn't know who I was, it just tore me up. It tore me up when she couldn't remember who I was. And I was like, "Mama, that's me." She would always call me my daughter. And I was like, "Mama, no, it's Amy, it's me." And I told her doctor, I said, "My mom, like, she don't know me." And then, sometimes I can go there some days she would. But I know that's what that dementia was doing to her. But I thank God for keeping her with me the 86 years she did. She's been gone 5 months, and it's still hard. It's still hard. But I try to pray through it. I ask God to continue to make me strong. So, like I said, I think my mom started off moderate, but as the years passed, it started to get severe. So the next stage is the moderate stage. So, Crafter, did your mom have it real, real bad? Or do you think your mom had it moderate or severe? So the severe stage is complete loss of awareness of recent experience and surrounding inability to communicate and physical decline requiring full-time care. The severe stage is where they can't just do anything, but just there are some people with Alzheimer's just stare. They don't speak. They can't take care of themselves. When they get like that and they get to wandering off and just really just not with reality. I mean, they go back when they childhood, and then when they get to the point where they want to hurt themselves, that's when it be real, real severe. That's when, they put them in facilities and stuff like that because it's a lot. It's a lot for a person to take care of someone with Alzheimer's and dementia because you want to make sure they stay safe. Severe at the end, yeah. See, that's what I said about my mom. Things had started to, because I was telling my brother now, they were like, call me, and they were like, Mama gonna have to go to the hospital because the things that she was doing was scaring them. And I would like, she would say stuff and be staring off. And, she was just getting to the point where her memory had she just couldn't remember. And it was hard. I'm about to cry out. It was hard seeing my mom like that. It was. It was. It really was. But I said, God, continue to keep giving her the strength until the day where she went to sleep and just didn't wake back up. But take deep breaths. So they said the causes and risk factors. While the exact cause is not fully understood, the disease is characterized by an abnormal buildup of proteins in brain, amyloid plaques that lead to damage and death of brain cells. These are some of the risk factors of Alzheimer's. Age, the single greatest known factor, aging, because after you reach a certain age, right now, I be forgetting. I'm 57 years old, and I be forgetting a lot of stuff. Sometimes I can put stuff down, y'all. How many people in the chat like that? It was hard for me because my sibling lived out of state, but I took care of my mom. That was awesome. And see, all of us stayed, besides, let's see, 2 of my brothers stayed out of town, and 3 of them stayed in town with me. So we had our time, but she was there with us. And, after you get a certain age, you gonna forget stuff. I be doing it. I forget stuff in a minute. I be like, I know I just had this. I know I just put this somewhere, because that's part of aging. That's part of aging. That's part of life. You gonna forget. But when it starts getting to the point where your memory is gone, and you get to the point where you're not able to comprehend or keep up with stuff, yeah. You be like that girl. I'm going to tell you what about anybody in the chat. What is one of the biggest things that y'all forget to get or might not can find? I'm going to tell you what one of the biggest things for me. Keys. Keys is one of the things that I cannot keep up with. I remember when I used to be working, y'all. When I used to work, I used to drive. Like I said, I used to drive a van. And I had to start putting all my stuff together at night, put my keys up on the wall. But I can remember some morning I used to have to get up, try to get dressed. I'm just thinking my keys right there. Yep. Go. Can't forget about them glasses. Look, I hate to tell y'all. I'm going to tell you some of the things I be forgetting. My glasses, my teeth sometimes. Look, my teeth, my keys. But I think my keys and glasses the biggest part, but it used to be with teeth because I wear dentures, right? And sometimes I'll put them in the cup, or sometimes I might lay them on the thing beside my bed. And sometimes I know I put them teeth in there. And I know I put them teeth in that cup. And my husband and my two, Mama, how you lost your teeth? That's how my mind. That's why I said, I know I'm getting older. And that dementia, they said normal don't start to pass when you get up in your 60s, but honey. Okay, I'm over here like, go. I had to get another prescription on D behind. I'm laying them down everywhere too. That's why I got that other pair, the old pair. I had to keep my old pair nearby just in case I can't find these. But that's just part of our aging, part of life. We will forget. So that's something that symptoms age. And the next one is genetics. Heredity plays a large role, particularly the APOE gene variant, which increases risk. So Like my mom, your mom, you say your dad, it's possible that I can get it. You might get it because it can be genetic. You know what I'm saying? That they don't know the cause of it. They don't know the cause of Alzheimer's. That's life, it's age. So then right here they said lifestyle and environment factors like heart health, physical like heart health, physical inactivity, and a history of head trauma are likely linked to the disease. Like I said, my mom had fell, and I mean, she hit her head. She was coming out the tub. That was she was walking. And we know back then that her legs and stuff had started giving out on her. She fell and she hit her head real hard. And I could have lost my mom back then because they had to stop the bleeding. That was very devastating. Now they called me and we had to rush from the job, but they was able to do surgery on her head. And she had to just like practice start all over, because it did something to her, brain, her mobility and stuff like that. But she was able to bounce back from it, but she was never the same. She was never the same. After she got older, the dementia really started kicking in. But yeah. So lifestyles play a difference in a lot of stuff we deal with today. That's why you see me hard over him be trying. But when I went on that cruise, I think about it when I go back next week. But I went, like I said, I went back to the doctor yesterday. I know when I go to my doctor next week, he gonna be like, yeah, you still flying. You probably ate some stuff on that trip. I'm just gonna be honest. I was trying to enjoy myself. We had to invest in it, but it's a way of doing things. You can still live and still have fun. Living is part of your wellness. Living is part of your wellness, So I think it like this. I thank God for life. I thank God that I was able to go on vacation, even though I was in pain some days. But I stuck with my family. They were like, come on, mama. They'll wait on me. My husband, me and him stayed together most of the time because they had to wait on me sometimes. Hey, Sass, how you doing? Just over here doing my thing, girl, talking about Alzheimer's awareness. I was just sharing how my mom went from moderate up until close to the end of her death. I could tell that dementia and stuff was really working on her because she had started just going back. It's just like she was seeing my auntie. She was talking about my aunt, her sister. Her sister died a couple years before my mom. And every day, I'm telling y'all, right before my mom died, every day she would ask me about her sister. And trying not to get emotional. Every day she would like say something about my aunt that passed. Cause her and my mama, her sister were real close. And I constantly have to tell her, mama, she no longer with us. But she would always, and everybody was saying that was a sign of her letting me know then that she wanted to see her sister and she was going with her sister, but I didn't want to think about it like that. But that's what people say when they start seeing their relatives and talking about their relatives, it won't be long, But she would always, I'm like, I would tell my daughter, I was like, because my daughter a nurse, right? And I would tell her, I said, mama keep asking me the same question. I keep having to repeat myself. And, the dementia was like closer to her death. It was getting very severe. I wasn't prepared, but, God already knew the path for her. So, like I said, it's been 5 months and it still get hard. But when I talk about it, like I'm doing today, it's like therapy for me. My tears are still there. Because when I was on my trip, I had a moment then, certain songs or certain things I see that I have used to do with my mom. It triggers me and make me sad. But I just ask God to continue to make me stronger, continue to give me the strength to keep going. Oh, you did? Your mom had dementia too? Okay. I saw my mom go through her change. I'm glad I had my sibling to go through it. It was real. Yeah. And I had my brothers with me, but they seem like men, they show their emotion different from us. They try to be like, they might not get more emotional like we do, but there are some men do get emotional. Some men let it all go. They don't try to be macho. Some men do cry. Some men do cry, and some be like, they can handle a lot of stuff better than women when it come down to stuff like this. But they do have their moments. And because I would tell my brother, I said, she going through that dementia. They would be scared. They would call me. So mama saying this, mama doing this. And the doctor was telling us that that is part of it. She would like stare at the top of the ceiling. I gotta get out camera for a minute. Y'all. Yeah. But y'all probably saying, why you talking about it if it make me sad? Because I feel better when I do talk about my mom. I do. And this right here, I'm talking about this as commentary. I just got on camera for a minute. But I'm okay. But it was hard. It was hard seeing her not being able to remember stuff and saying stuff that I'm like, mama, then you try to correct them. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if y'all parent like my mom. She was always right. I just had to take some deep breath a while ago, y'all. I had to take some deep breath. My mom, I could never tell her she was wrong, but I would I'm gonna let her go and think that, but I always was worried about her safety. Her safety always came first to me because I knew she was not speaking in her right mind at some time. So, and that's what dementia is. That's what Azhemirs is. When you don't have the grip of what's going on in the world today. So I was just going on some different stuff. Yes. One crafter said, yes, Sass, the siblings are true blessing. My mom passed and brought us closer as siblings. After my mom passed, we as a family go on a vacation. That is awesome. That is so awesome. And sometimes that bring people closer. It does. It bring people closer. And thank y'all ladies for sharing. I know Sassy is just like me. Her mom been gone a few months, and I know it's still fresh. And so right here, I'm talking about how do they diagnose the next part of what I'm talking about. How do they diagnose and treat Alzheimer's or dementia? There's currently no cure, but early diagnosis can dramatically improve quality of life and a life of better planning. Like I said, we had to go get my mom a CAT scan, and that's, like I said, my mom already had a brain injury anyway, because when she had fell, and she was bleeding. They had to stop the bleeding on her brain back then. So after we saw how she was, we noticed, when we first noticed my mom was going through this, she would just be staring off in the top of the ceiling, just looking, and she would be saying stuff. She would be bringing up, talking about her mom, she would say she in a certain place, but we knew she wasn't there because she was bedridden. We knew she was up walking. We knew she wasn't at the store. She would say, yeah, I went and walked up there to the store today. She was thinking about when she was doing those things. And, I was saying, Mom, you ain't go nowhere today. She would say, yes, I did. She would say, ask my brother. My mom passed away from congestive heart failure. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Like my mom had been dealing with dad and age, and my mom, her body was tired. My mom was in pain a lot. And so they said my mama died from natural causes, but all of this led up to it. All that dementia and dealing with heart issues, all that led up to her death. And see, that's why, the things that I got to do now, because my doctor said he don't want me to have heart failure. That's why I had to take a lot of vitamins and supposed to eat right and exercise and stuff like that. Because when I did my heart MRI, she was 88 years old. That's a blessing. My mom was 86. When I did my heart test, it showed that I had an enlarged heart. And that's why he was telling me to focus on that's why y'all see me sharing stuff about heart health, joint health, because of the things that I deal with. And he want me to constantly do something because he don't want me to have heart failure. That's why I try to have to get too upset, but I'm human, But when I went on that trip, y'all, I was like, okay, I'm going to be all right next week. So thank you, ladies, for sharing. And I know, it's hard because I know how it is missing your mom and going through what you see or go through. So this is how they diagnose Azheimer's. Doctors use a combination of mental cognitive tests, neurological exam, and advanced brain images like MRI, PET scans to rule out conditions and confirm disease. You're welcome. That's why I talk about it, because I know people, either they have been through it or they taking care of someone with it. And it's good to keep yourself educated on this stuff because, like me, you can speak on it, Sassy. One Craft can speak on it because y'all have witnessed those things. But a lot of people don't even know what it is. They don't know how it is to take care of someone like that. It's in our family, especially on my mom's side. Yeah, that's why I say it's hereditary. It can pass on to the siblings or, something like that. It's in our family, especially my mom's side. My grandmother, aunt, uncle, and dad all passed away from heart attack. Okay. So they have to get, like you, for instance, do you, your sisters, your brothers, do y'all have to get screening for your heart? Like my brothers, my dad got prostate, right? So my brothers had to be tested. My brothers had to be tested for prostate because of my dad, and like heart failure. My grandmother had heart failure. Yeah, my mom, she had heart failure. So that's why I'm trying to stay a little active, much as I can. I found out yesterday that I might have to end up having a knee replacement, but they just told me if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it while I'm at the age I am now, because it's hard on you once you get older. So, but I gotta go start by taking these shots in my knee. I'm gonna see how things be then, because I really don't want to have the surgery. But my knee be in so much pain. When I was on my trip, I was in pain with it, but I was still moving with it. And see, my mom knees had got so bad where she couldn't even get out of bed. She couldn't walk because she was at the age where they didn't want to do no surgery on her. So, but we would have people come in and work with her legs, but they had got distracted so bad where my mom's legs had balled up and her hands. And now I'm going through it. So, but I tried it. That's why y'all see me doing my little cardio. I've been doing stuff this week, but I haven't been recording it. I've just been trying to ease my way back into things since I was on vacation last week. But my doctor just told me, if it continue to keep getting painful with this authorizers in it, eventually I'll probably have to get a replacement. So I'm gonna do the treatments for a while. Start back doing my treatments, get no shots in it, and go from there because it's not a cure for arthritis. And it's in my back real bad. And it's just like it's on one side of my body. That's why when I walk with a limp. I walk up, down, because of the fact of that disc on this side is degenerate. I got a degenerate disease. So, but I try to keep living, y'all. I try not to let it define me. I try to still live. My kids try to involve me in stuff, even though I be slow, but I still be going. I still be going. Yeah. I see you be doing your walking on TikTok. I'll be sharing some stuff over there, but I don't really do that much live stream. I need to start because I got over 1,000 people over there. I be trying to add it in with my live stream, what I'm doing now, but I don't know if I'm doing it right to connect. I got to figure out how I can connect YouTube to TikTok. But I know YouTube don't want TikTok over here. They don't want TikTok. When I shared that video last night, I got a they said they're not gonna pay me for that that short I did last night on Peebo Bryson. Hey Lewis, because I shared it through TikTok. Yes, arthritis is no joke. It's something serious. Yes, that's what I've been dealing with for years. I got my paper now what I'm diagnosed with my paper now, but I deal with degenerate disease because of the disc in my back have shifted and it's pressed down on my hip. It pressing down on my hip and it be painful. It messing with that nerve right there and it running down this leg, this left leg, and it mess with that. It messing with that joint in my knee. If I stay here with this air conditioner on long or fan, I start aching real bad. I can't stand to be cold. Scalp is worse. I deal with it. That's still going on. Okay, you been dealing with it too? See, mine it got so bad where it didn't got degenerate and it messed with my mobility. It messed with my walking. I don't walk straight, but I'm walking. You see what I'm saying? That's just how bad mine, but I don't want them to do any type of surgery on my back. Nah, I might consider them doing it on my knee, but I'm scared for them to do it on my back. I'm scared for them doing it on my back because I am, even though I limp and it be painful some, but I'm walking. Thank you for watching my ads. Thank you. I got to put out some live stream to get them numbers back up. Because when I went live, but I was living. I said, I'll get back on this channel and do some commentary when I get back. Because YouTube going to do what it do. And, but I'm back putting out some awareness. I'll be talking about men health. I'll be talking about safety. And, it's hurricane season. So y'all going to get some different little stuff from over here. Then we got the challenges coming up. Our first challenge will start back next week. It's rotisserie chicken it's a rotisserie challenge. If you want to do a whole chicken, bake a whole chicken, how many meals you think you can get out of that a day? Do one meal a day using your rotisserie chicken, whether you have it baked. So it's different things that you can make with baked chicken, rotisserie chicken. You can make salads. You can make tacos, different stuff. I'm gonna put it on my community. I might put it on tomorrow. That challenge coming from Mona. She wanted to know what we do that with her. So we'll do that. But don't try to get a lot of expensive stuff because stuff is expensive. Yes, it is. Like I'm sitting in my chair now. So I have to get my pillows and everything. But yeah, we're talking about as time awareness. And I'm just talking about our parents have dealt with it. So this is what they saying about treatments. While irreversible damage cannot be undone, ain't no treatment, ain't no cure for Alzheimer or dementia. You just have to do treatments and things like that. They said while irreversible damage cannot be undone, newly approved medication and therapies can help manage symptoms, boost cognitive function, and potentially slow the disease progression. So, they coming up with new stuff every day, but it's just not a cure. But there are things that you can do or use to heal. Like my mom, she was agitated a lot, y'all. She was so fussy. You know how babies were fussy at night? That my mom used to be real fussy, and it's just like, okay, mama, it's okay. And she stayed in pain. Now my brother called. Everybody want to call while I'm live. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like I said, it was hard. Let's see what it is. It was hard seeing my mom go through that. I'm being honest, but I kept on praying and I kept the faith, and everybody was like, people were like, how you do? They was wondering why I didn't know put my mom in a nursing home. I didn't put her in a nursing home because it was enough for us to help see by her. It was hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell nobody taking care of someone bedridden, couldn't do for themselves. It was hard. And dealing with my own health issues. But I used to pray that God every day to make me strong. God was with all of us. Anybody that had to take care of their parents on their own, God was with us. You hear what I'm saying? I always used to tell my brother, I always used to tell my brothers, whatever God had in store for mama, she'll be at home. And that's what it was. People always used to, the naysayers, and I had to get some people told, even my own kin people. I had to get them told. I said, if you're not helping take care of my mom, you ain't got nothing to say. No, I didn't. And sometimes you could put stuff out where you don't have to curse a person. You could put it where they'll get it. People always would suggest stuff, but are you helping? So I never would let the outside people try to tell me what to do with my mom. You see what I'm saying? I never did, because they wasn't there to help. I shot them up. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes your own family can be your worst enemy. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. I have no sound. Let me see if I can reset my YouTube. Oh, I had went I had went silent because my brother had called me. You know, I didn't want to put the call on there. But I thank God for my brothers, my family that did help with my mom. Yeah, some people feel like they can tell you what to do, but are you doing anything? I had to put them straight. Sure did. I sure did. They like, you can't do that. You got stuff. I said, yes, I can. And I'm still having the same issues I was having when my mom was living. But I asked God to continue to make me stronger. I sure did. I shot him up. Everybody want to, yeah. But let me see, can I go through my channel here? I'm on my channel. But I went live through my other channel. That's why y'all see. If you ain't got your moderator stick, because some of y'all ain't moderator on that channel. And I had to get another phone because I messed around and got water on my phone. Some of the videos and stuff got misplaced. And I can't even keep back in my other channel through this phone. So I can do it on my computer, but I can't do it on my phone. So I got to try to keep so I can uncover that email. But I appreciate everybody like One Crafty, Sassy, sharing about their parents and stuff like that. And anybody that's going through anything, can y'all put some purple hearts for anybody that's going through, or you got family members that going through Azheimer. Thank you, Lewis, for watching the ads. And how you been doing? You been doing okay? But I will be sharing different stuff throughout the month. Like I said, my channel is not here to suggest or diagnose anyone. This is commentary. But I like to get feedback from people in the chat, because if you went through this, you can share it. But if you have never been through it, you can only share your opinion. But if you have witnessed your parents going through this, you can speak on it. So that's basically what awareness is, speaking about things that you have overcome or you have been with someone that's dealing with stuff. I want to go this route with my channel because I have health issues and I like to share things about the things that I'm overcoming and things that I'm struggling with. It's just something different. People, you do different. I do other things like movie reviews, current events. I do some meal preps, but my main topic is about our mind, body, and soul. So, and I hope that some of the things that I share be helpful, because I try to keep myself up to date on stuff. So this ain't just for y'all, it's for me too. It help keep me motivated. I'm trying to read y'all comments. So, and y'all enjoying these summer days, you're going to get hotter. It's going to get hotter. Like the ones that got the garden. I know y'all enjoying that rain. Because they said it did a lot of raining last week. On that boat, if it were raining, I couldn't tell. But I could tell I was on that boat, though. Yeah, but we really did enjoy it. I'm going to be sharing something about men health. I shared a video today. And we have to encourage our husbands, our brothers, our men, guys, to get their checkups. Because a lot of men don't like to go to the doctor. So June is Men Health Month. And I would love to have some men come on the panel and share about their health and some things that they're working on, some things that they're overcoming. Lewis, do you have anything to share about your health? I would love to have a guest on for that. And maybe share some encouraging words for men that don't want to, don't like to go to the doctor. You probably can share some encouraging words to people. I've been here, Anuju, I met, he does paranormal, and he just started going live and teaching him how to just be. Oh, that's great. That is so good. That's good, Lewis. But if any men want to come up and share about their health, I can let you come up and I can give you a, you could be a guest, and because it is Men Health Month. And I like for my guys to be, it ain't, my channel ain't all about women. It's about all of us. It's about health. It's about wellness. And I try to use my platform for people to come up and share about their struggles or share about what they're overcoming. Because you never know who you can inspire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've been having a lot of rain here in Texas. Okay. Yeah, it's hurricane season now. It's hurricane season. Yep, it's hurricane season. We got to learn the protocols, the safeness, the safeness of it. I was speaking on it the other day about, some people don't like to leave their homes during those times, but think about it, guys. You can always get another house, but you can't get another life. Hopefully this year won't be so bad, but we know every year those hurricanes do seem to be terrible. So we have to think safety. The material stuff gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? It gonna be here. But your life, you only have one life. But yes, I was trying to read what Sass was saying about, like she had put something in the chat about some suggestions. What you was talking about, that comment got by me. I was trying to, it got by me. I couldn't read it. If you're scared to go to the doctor, it's no big deal. Do you go, Louis? Do you go get your checkups? No, it's not a big deal, but if you got a loved one that and I know people gonna have to want to do something for themselves. We can easily tell a person that going through something, you need to go to the doctor. But my husband, he didn't like to go to the doctor. And sometimes he still don't want to go, but he take blood pressure medicine. My husband on blood pressure medicine, and we have to go get his, trying to get my thing right here. I done knocked myself off camera. What happened? Lord, let me go down and come back up, y'all. Jesus. I don't know what the happened. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, put a hand. Oh, you do? Can you hear me, Louis? I don't know why it on camera. If you can hear me, put a thumb in the chat. I'm trying to get back on camera. I don't know what in the world going on now, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Like my camera got blocked or something. Can y'all hear me? Me and this 3-year-old gonna fall out yet. My camera got blocked or something. Can y'all hear me? Me and this 3-year-old gonna fall out yet. My camera got blocked or something. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what in the world. I don't know what happened to my camera. See it got like a block sign on it. So I don't know what's going on. They're good, Louis. I'm trying to get back on camera. I don't know what I did hit over here. I don't know what's going on with this camera over here. I don't know what's going on. But there's a symbol, no camera. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop using it too. Cause you said my camera blocked. But that's good to go get your blood work. I get my blood work did every 3 months. It's time for me to it's time for me to get. I used to love stream, but I don't know. It be throwing people off and stuff. You know, I like some of the things, the features they have, and it's saying my camera blocked. So hold on. See, it's showing like the camera blocked, but I don't know how it got like that. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna use my thumbnail for now, my avatar for now. I don't know what's going on with it. But I'm about to get ready to wind this on up anyway. But yeah, I'll be talking about men health and different stuff. But today I just wanted to share about Azheimer. If you got someone that's going through it, just know that you're not a. I couldn't get my live to get started earlier today. I don't know what's going on because I hadn't used my computer since I've been gone. You might have to go through Google settings to, yeah, some kind of way it got blocked. I got to go through it when I get off this live. But like I said, I basically want to do some awareness today and share about, how challenging as time is taking care of someone or knowing someone that have had it. And like I said, it wasn't easy seeing my mom go through that, but I thank God for keeping her with me for 86 years. And it was challenging, but she's in heaven now. But anybody that's taking care of their parents now that deal with Alzheimer, hang in there, only thing that my main focus was to make sure my mom stayed safe, and for the ones that got parents or relatives that got Alzheimer that seem to wander off, I know that's kind of hard because you have to constantly keep watching them, making sure, they're okay and stuff like that. And you want to make sure they're safe. You don't want them like doing anything to hurt themselves. Even though my mom, before it got where she couldn't feed herself, so my phone is what enter without camera. Trying to put a background back there. I don't know. But we was able to, do the best we could with our mom. We really was, until God called her to a better place. So you'll probably be seeing some more videos about Alzheimer's, dementia, and stuff like that. Whether I do it through YouTube, short, or do another live stream. But I also be sharing some things about men health, and it's good, and that's good to know that you do get your checkups and stuff like that, Louis. Oh, I never heard of that. But I know I was doing restreaming. I might try to get back on that. I think I might cancel this right here for this month, because now I'm on my phone. I'm looking at this live through my phone. My thing is blocked. The camera blocked on my phone, but it should be blocked on my. So it's showing something about this camera. I just got to figure it out. I hit something by mistake. That's what I did. I want to thank everybody that did come through. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you, One Craft, for sharing about your parents. And let's continue to keep praying for one another. Let's continue to keep lifting each other up. Let's continue to keep lifting each other up. Hearts are for everybody that dealing with Alzheimer's or any type of brain disease. It's not easy. And it's not easy seeing your loved one go through it either. But just continue to keep the faith. Things might look a certain way now on the ads on this platform. They say free. Oh, for real? And for the ones that are dealing with it, whether your parents or someone continue to keep the faith. Continue to keep yourself prayed up. I want to thank everybody that did tune in. Like I said, thank y'all again. What y'all been doing today? Y'all been working on your platforms? I can go and check out some things y'all been doing, because I have hit my 2-hour mark. Like I said, when I sit a long time, it tends to bother my back. And I done sat 2 hours, so it's time for me to move around. I have did a lot longer than that, but I'm not gonna do with 2 today. I mean, that's good enough, because I have to get up and move around. Oh, it does. Something going on my camera. I had to probably do a test live and try to figure out what happened, because I was on camera. All of a sudden now my camera got blocked. So, but anyway, you guys, thank y'all for coming through. Thanks for my members for coming in. Thanks for everybody that gave me some feedback on this live stream. And like I said, just always remember, you are not alone out here. There are millions of people dealing with Alzheimer's. So I'll be sharing some more information about it. Y'all continue to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay what? Prayed up. And until next time, bye-bye.